Hello there. Welcome once again to Sumit Academy. I do hope that you have subscribed to my channel. Please do so now so that you do not miss out on my previous or future videos. In this video, I shall talk about the importance of Precis writing and how to prepare for it. We shall also see the steps to follow to present a good original Precis to our examiner. So, what is Precis writing? It is the art of understanding the meaning of the given passage and reproducing the summary or the gist in your own words. It should communicate all the important points of the passage in a much simpler way. Precis writing is thus defined as a brief statement in a summary form of the essential ideas in a longer article. Precis writing also improves your overall writing skills. It teaches you how to express your thoughts clearly, concisely, and effectively. You learn to choose your words carefully and construct your sentences in a logical and concise manner. The very motive of Precis writing is to make you understand the in depth meaning of the passage, because until you read it thoroughly, you won't be able to take out the essential points from the passage. Now, generally, students confuse Precis writing with paraphrasing, but it is very much different. In paraphrasing, you are supposed to cover all the points of the passage. However, in Precis writing, you are just required to include the important points of the passage and then present it in the form of a summary. A Precis is like a miniature portrait of the passage. It retains the absolute essential points accompanied with the mood and tone of the author of the passage. One should not add one's subjective interpretation or comments to the Precis and should try to retain the original author's voice and opinions. So, do you have to follow any rules for Precis writing? Well, yes, you do. Let's have a look at some simple rules. Rule number one is to understand the theme of the passage. You must carefully read and understand the purpose of the passage. By understanding what the author wants to say in the passage, you get to clearly perceive the important points, which will help you in writing a crisp summary of the passage. The second rule is to be original. Do not copy the important phrases or sentences from the original passage. Every sentence should be created in your own words. The third rule is that your Precis has to be very clear. Undoubtedly, you have to summarize a long paragraph, but the meaning of the passage should not change. The fourth rule is to use indirect speech in your Precis. Precis writing is done by analyzing the point of view of a third person, so it cannot employ the use of direct speech. It has to be done by using indirect speech and presenting the other person's view in your summary. The fifth rule is to use facts and statistics if so used in the original passage. They are there for a purpose, and not using them may kill the very meaning of the passage. And if no such facts or statistics have been used, that makes your job more difficult, as then you have to analyze the meaning of the passage through your own reading and understanding of the passage. The sixth rule is to carefully analyze the passage. This can only be done if you have read it thoroughly and have identified the important points relevant to the overall meaning of the passage. The seventh rule is that the précis has to be your interpretation of the original passage. You are actually required to conclude the passage by giving it a meaningful conclusion from your point of view, from your understanding of the passage. The eighth and most important rule is that the précis should be one third of the original passage. Now, you don't have to count the original passage word for word. Just get the approximate number of words per line, multiply it by the total lines of the passage, and divide by 3. And you are done. Let us revise the art of précis writing so that we do not make any mistakes. First, read the entire passage thoroughly to get the main theme, the main idea of the passage. Second, read the passage once again for proper understanding of the material facts. Third, underline with a pencil all the important ideas of the passage. Fourth, decide on a suitable title for the précis. Fifth, if time permits, write the main points in the rough page of your answer book. Make sure all important facts and figures have been covered. See how much facts you have covered in the number of words allowed. That is, whatever comes, your passage, your précis has to be one third of the original passage. Sixth, remember not to copy the sentences from the passage but to use your own language for the précis. Seventh, read the précis for spelling and grammar mistakes. Eighth, reconsider the appropriateness of the title you have selected for the précis. If it does not match the main idea of the passage, think of another one more appropriate than this one. Ninth, remember that your précis should have clarity, correctness, objective, coherence, and conciseness. Now, as usual, do remember that you do not just walk into the exam hall and hope to write a good précis. Practice does make perfect. So, Google for passages for précis writing and start practicing. Well, that's all from me in this video. I do hope that you liked my video. Do like and share this video on your Instagram and Facebook page. And do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on my previous or future videos. Till later then, cheerio!